people bought vehicles solely on looks alone, then the Maeving RM1 would be a winner. Based in Coventry, the Maeving team are following the footsteps of names like Norton, BSA, and Enfield, who all started in the same area. The founders claim that they started with the desire to make the best electric bike possible, whilst harnessing the best in British engineering talent. Have they succeeded? The single battery version of the bike starts a shade under £5,000, with the dual battery version closer to £6,000. It can charge from a standard mains plug and it has a swappable battery. While you're not likely to be powerlifting it as part of your daily exercise regime, it does only weigh 110 kilograms, so it's easy enough to push or maneuver when necessary. As with all electric vehicles, it's low maintenance, hardly makes any noise, and there's none of that smelly petrol stuff coming out of the rear end. The powertrain itself comes from Bosch, and the bike is normally delivered within 2 weeks of you ordering, with a 2-year warranty. You have 7 color options, from Maeving blue and green at one end through to black, silver, and sand at the other. The fuel tank here can store a second battery. And you have a number of other options, including a rolled-up pannier with 14 litres of capacity that attaches on the side, additional locks and alarms to keep your bike safe when you're not around, a waterproof cover so it doesn't suffer in the cold summer rain, like me. And finally, you can include L-plates, second keys, or a spare charger for your office or home. On paper, the specification of the Maeving RM1 is pretty similar to other bikes in the market, like the Super Soco TSX. Top speed in perfect condition is 45 miles per hour. That's fine around the city, but you're not hitting large A roads at that speed. When you turn the bike off, you get a countdown that lets you open the battery containers. That opens this one on top, and you can open this one on the side. So it gives you 40 miles per battery, and if you have both batteries connected, it automatically switches to give you 80 miles. Charging the battery on a standard socket takes about 3.5 hours, and you can see how much charge you have left by pressing this button here. So the theoretical maximum is actually closer to 80 miles, but that's still not an intercity amount of range. So if you were starting in central London, that means you could get to Reading, Basildon, Luton, maybe even Southend without worrying too much, and back. To give you an idea of your outer limit, you just won't make it to Southampton on 2 fully charged batteries. If your daily commute is quite long, then buying the spare charger for £195 and leaving it at work seems like a good idea. On the plus side, you can ride this with a CVT license for about £200 and off you go. Going back to the top speed, there are a series of limiters available on the RM1 that will help keep you safe from the dreaded London speed cameras. 1 for fully unlimited, 2 for 30 miles per hour maximum, and 3 for 20 miles per hour maximum. Another note on issues with driving in the city, all vehicles, especially bikes, is theft. To combat theft, you can opt for an embedded GPS tracking system, which will make it much easier to find. The idea behind this machine is to create a biking experience for the 21st century that's accessible to everyone. All the convenience of whizzing through crowded city centres on 2 wheels, but without the oil, chains, noise, and petrol smell that motorbikes used to bring with them. Sure, the speed's been limited, but that's fine if you're driving in the city. After spending time with the Maeving RM1, the only real question that remains is the price. While £6,000 would be impossibly cheap for a car, there are electric bikes with similar specification on the market for less than half that price. That means it all comes down to style. For me, this is an absolutely gorgeous machine. If you're thinking about moving to powered 2-wheel transportation and you like the look and feel of the Maeving RM1, then I recommend that you book a test drive and check it out for yourself. Maeving's online booking system in London and Coventry is very easy to use. Some other features of note: the diamond stitch vegan leather saddle is actually quite comfortable. The analog speedometer is a nice touch. And I should mention the powder coated mirrors. Overall, it has cool retro styling. Well, I recommend everyone go gets a CBT license and goes and tests some electric bikes.